the Carroll Tigers are coming off of a successful run in the baseball playoffs from last season.
That's right, but can they build on that run this year? Chris Thomasson is out live with the Tigers, and he has more. Chris?
Hey there, good evening, Leslie, Rudy, Coastal Ben. Yeah, Tigers always have some of the biggest expectations in the viewing area. They're still the last CCISD team to win a state title, but that was back in 2010. Now I'm joined live by Carroll head coach David Marsello. And coach, you guys coming off a great run last year, took Raid to the limit there in that third game in the third round, but now some fresh faces. But how are you guys wanting to build off that run last year?
Well, I mean, it's great to have that, legacy or that tradition you built on, and you had the class before you do it, so a lot of these guys saw that. So they're hoping that they can continue it by doing the same footwork and footsteps that they did. So I think they're on point with where they need to be.
Now I know you only have a handful of seniors back from that team, Dave Palomo, a couple of these, Isaac, a couple of these other guys. But how much are they wanting to try and teach these young guys? Show them, hey, these are the expectations, and this is what needs to be done.
I think they're ready to pass the baton on. Our senior class got that from the classes ahead of them. Like I said, Dave's a four-year guy, so he's been through a couple senior classes, so he understands how important that really is. So I think that's been the big deal since August, was in part the wisdom of an older guy who's been through the battles of 29-5A.
Yeah, I think we're seeing at home some of the footage from last year. But, for you guys, again, how important are these early season games, these scrimmages, these tournaments to bring some of these new guys along?
Well, they're extremely important. And we're lucky that the way the schedule is, even though, not everybody liked the zone setup, but it creates a whole lot of time to get a lineup figured out and mix and match so you can find the right combination. So we're going to spend a lot of time really getting to find out who can play at this level. We got some high-level tournaments early on in Georgetown and Leander, plus the Corpus tournament. So we'll find out pretty early what we're made of and what these young guys can adapt to.
Yeah, you mentioned the zone, because some of those years, I remember those mega districts, you're playing district games week one.
Oh, yeah, and that made it real tough. But like I said, now we've got it set up where we can, get that extra practice time in, a couple days extra, get to those tournaments without having the pressure of figuring out who's going to be available to pitch tournament games and then come back for district games. So it makes it a little bit easier to figure things out. But again, nothing's easy around here in South Texas.
All right, Carroll Tigers in the South Zone, looking to get back to the playoffs in 2024. Coach Marsello, thanks for joining us. All right, reporting live from Carroll, Chris Thomasson, 3 News. We're back after the break.